Wonderful. Well, Andy does Haleakala Eco tours, and he has quite an interesting. First of all, I love your website, Andy.
Well, thank you very much.
Beautiful website.
I do have to say, although my name is coincidentally Andrew Gibbs, I do go by Andrew. Growing up, my mom was very adamant about not being called Andy, and I didn't know why.
Oh,
and
really?
Then I found out.
So you go by Andrew Gibbs.
I do.
Well, I can understand why. And what's your dog's name?
So this is my service animal. This is Lokilani.
Lokalani. Oh, good name,
Yeah.
Hi, Lokalani. How are you? You know your name. Good dog.
Yeah. She's a good girl. She never
She's a
goes
good
about
girl.
a foot away from me at any time.
Aw.
So I appreciate you having us both here to talk about
You've
Haleakala
got
Eco
your
Tours.
Haleakala Eco Tours T-shirt. Nice shirt.
Yeah, thank you. You mentioned the website. We're really excited with the rollout. The ladies were just talking about, debuting a new company. We are too. We're launching a brand new brand beginning January 1st because the National Park of Haleakala has changed from allowing 18 vendors to operate inside the park to 4 concession holders.
Wow. That's a big cutback, huh?
That's, they're reducing the impact inside the park. The reservation system began in February to limit the amount of people to travel into the park. To protect the environment, it's a very special place with a lot of flora and fauna specific to that, and they are endangered. So the Park Service is very serious about just trying to take care of all of it, and so are we, and that's why we were able to get one of the concession contracts.
Wow. And you can see when you go to your site how you do. There's lots of things you do on your tours which are different, and I think people are very eco-conscious these days, and it's nice that you are eco-friendly. How do you actually support ecotourism?
Well, the big thing is we've been a member of the Hawaii Ecotourism Association for a while, and that's been part of our ethic. Another thing we're doing is training with our guides, NAI training. It's called the National Association of Interpretation. Interpretation is a new way of kind of conveying a story and information, so we're really set on making sure that our message is culturally and historically correct, and that we explain in a passionate way that connects with our guests to understand.
It's not the 7 pools.
Right. People always, so am I going to go to Ohio Gulch or the 7 sacred pools next? Like, no, that's not us. So it's part of that, and our company's always been giving back. The ownership has been adamant in supporting the local community and giving back and giving the services, much like I did with those ladies there. We want people to participate in our activities. 23 years ago, we started off as a bike company with $10,000, 12 bikes, and a broken-down van, and now we're a multi-million-dollar company.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And the ownership's investing $6 million into the eco tours. We're building brand new location, 6,500 square feet in Kulamalu up in Pukalani. We just got, and the reason why I was running late today, we just got our 300 custom-made bicycles from Kona that they're actually calling the Haleakala. They built it just for the specifications I had set up, and so we're geared for that. But the big thing is...
I get the pun of geared for that. That's
yeah,
great.
You got that? All right. It's playing that one pretty well. But we're more now than just a bike company. Yeah, if you want to come ride a bike down a volcano, we'll give you a beautiful sunrise.
And a new bike.
And a brand new bike to come down the hill. That's not a problem. But we're filling the vacuum of the tours of all the companies that aren't allowed to operate inside there. Like, we're partnering with Roberts of Hawaii, who doesn't have access to the park anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to provide them.
I didn't know they didn't have access.
Yeah, the 4 concession holders are Haleakala Eco Tours, Skyline Eco Adventures, Valley Isle Excursions, and then Polynesian Adventures.
Wow,
so none of the bike tours are going to do that.
No, we were the only bike company and the smallest company to get the contract.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you. The ownership put a lot of thought and effort into pursuing this and kind of having a real strong 10-year vision. This is a 10-year contract.
Wow.
So with that, as we kind of move forward, we're excited because we're offering a lot more products than we were before. We're doing a lot of van tours. We've partnered up with the Mill House at the Hawaii Tropical Plantation.
I love them. They're clients of ours. They're great.
Yeah, Francesco's great, and he's been very generous in helping us out on this, and we're going to be doing lunch and dinner options with him.
Oh, I love their lunches and dinners.
Oh, and the location.
Oh, my, location.
Right.
Oh, my gosh.
So you'll come down from a summit tour, be it a day trip or the sunset package that we're offering, and then you go have dinner at the Mill House, and then we take you back to your hotel. If Mother Nature cooperates, it's a really good way to spend the day.
Yeah, absolutely. So you go pick people up at their locations, bed and breakfast, or hotels, or can you?
Correct. We do. We offer drive-in and or pickup options for everything you do. We're going all over the island, and condominiums and Airbnbs are a big thing that are kind of going there. So we established a centralized location, and they meet us there. But yeah, we do pick up and drop off as part of our eco-tour service.
Now you go to other places besides Haleakala, obviously Millhouse, but you have other tours as well.
Right. Haleakala is our main focus, but you still have the Upcountry and the North Shore tour along with the rest of the island. If you book one of our sunrise trips, we're going to pick you up in Kaanapali. We're going to take you up for the sunrise. We're going to bring you down. We're going to give you a tour of Upcountry, go through Makawao, Paia. You're going to come out, you're going to get a Central Valley tour, and you're going to get a tour of all the island as you go across it. And what's nice is we have interpretive material for all of that. It's a full experience.
And that's one of the packages.
Oh, one of them.
You have a lot of packages.
Yeah, you noticed that. Now, like I said, we have 9 products now. And so really it's a matter of what time of the day you want to go up, whether or not you want to ride a bike or ride in a van, or whether or not you want to have a meal. And then with that is we're really excited about our VIP services we're going to be offering. We have 4 luxury transit limos coming.
Really? Seriously?
Yeah.
I just got a request for a private tour. Do you do that?
All the time.
All right. Okay.
No, and that's the thing is not only do we do privates, they're incredibly customizable. We were working with a client coming up. They want to do, it's 4 people on a private for a sunrise, which means they have to pay for effectively an entire bus. And they're okay with that. We're going to take them out for the sunrise. We're going to take them to Twin Falls where they're going to go hiking, and then we're going to take them back to the Ritz-Carlton. Give them a meal in between. You contact us on that. We have it covered. We have access. The only limitation we have is we're only allowed 4 vehicles at sunrise. Otherwise, we're wide open into the park, as many as you want to run.
So, and this would be which of the VIP limo things? Would that be for like a special booking? Would that how that?
Yeah, that's just an exclusive. And then you pick if
but
you want to
be on the bus. It's not a limo.
No, it's an 11-passenger luxury transit vehicle.
Oh, okay.
So it's actually, we converted them over to 10 passengers because we put in a minibar.
Oh, nice.
And so with that, they're just heated captain's chairs. Everyone's got nice big viewing windows. You can stand up inside of them. They're very comfortable.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Very
comfortable
nice.
vehicles.
Very, very nice. You've invested a lot of money in this.
Well, I only have skin in the game. I'm the operations manager. I'm here to help kind of put this all together. Like I said, the ownership's got about a $6 million investment into this.
Wow.
And we're excited.
I don't think people sometimes realize, and I know you know this, Kathy, how big tourism is to this island and what a huge factor it is. And we couldn't exist on this island without tourism.
Right.
And people still don't understand that sometimes. Sometimes there's an us and them thing until it comes and someone's visiting you. And we've all had this experience as if you live here. Someone's coming and visiting. Oh, I want to come visit and do all this. And you have the choice. You can either take off work, right, and do it yourself. And it's like, I don't know if I can get any more time off work and run around and do it. Or you could contact someone who can do it for you and say, listen, I have the perfect person to take you to Haleakala, and they'll take you around. You can do it. Because I bet a lot of the people who you do have come to you are actually people who are visiting other people who are friends and relatives here, right?
Yeah, no, exactly. It's kind of, we've all gone through that, what you said, where I can only take so much time off work, although you're on vacation. The Haleakala sunrise is the number 1 attraction on Maui.
Is it really the number 1?
The number 2 activity behind snorkeling molokini is riding a bike down the volcano. So when people come here, this is something that they want to participate in.
Yeah.
And that's what they've heard about, and they all want to do it. And there's a lot of good services out there. It's just nice to see the park wants to work with some of the better services so we can provide a better product. Because, I have people come to me all the time. They drop their parents off or they drop their kids off, and they go up and they go on our bike rides and run around. That actually just happened today.
Yeah, and it's interesting because you do have to deal with weather. It's weird. We didn't have as wet a summer. But we've had a little bit of a wet spell this last 3 weeks. It's been
this
like,
weekend.
Yeah, it's like, well, all of a sudden this rain thing is like, it's like, well, so you have to always probably say that weather permitting, right?
Right. It's all about 3 kind of tenets of our experiences. My customer safety. Behind that is my customer's experience, and that the fact that I have happy employees who want to work for me. Yeah. Everything else is secondary as long as I can get that product and make it safe. Yeah, out in Haiku, we had to cancel. We had flash floods.
Wow. Yeah.
It's been wet, which is good because we had an amazing summer. It was dry.
It was.
No real accidents.
Yeah.
Everything was great. We had a beautiful time. Our TripAdvisor reviews were over the moon beautiful. And it gives us a lot of faith as we go forward now coming into the new year.
Yeah. No, and it's important because you know what? It's interesting in the Hawaiian cultures, Makahiki is this season Thanksgiving on actually till February, where you're supposed to kind of fix your nets, no war, please, and actually take it a little slower. However, and it's partly because of the weather's difference and everything, and including the weather and the oceans, et cetera, et cetera. So, I mean, this is something you have to always tell people, but, you know, you keep in mind, number one, the safety, because you can't afford to have anything go wrong. And people have to realize this, and people don't even think about that. But it's nice they don't, because you can think about it for them, right?
Well, this is, for a lot of people, Maui is a once-in-a-lifetime vacation. Mm-hmm. When they do our tour, that's usually the first thing they do on the island because their body hasn't acclimated to the time change, and waking up at 2 in the morning is not hard.
Interesting.
To have an accident at the start of your vacation is going to dictate the rest of it. And for me, the worst part of my summer was telling a kid who fell off, just had road rash. Wasn't hurt, but just took a lot of skin off his body. No beach, no pool, no ocean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He was devastated. And so we just want to kind of avoid that in the beginning, and we've got a lot of safety procedures, you know, in place to do that. But with that, we don't want to, you know, take away from the customer experience. I love my job because of the look on people's faces when I see them at the end of it, especially if
it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience for people.
And like today, Mother Nature cooperated.
Oh,
it was beautiful up there after 2 weeks of solid rain.
Yesterday was pretty nice, too.
Yeah. And it's nice to see that, because then they ride the bike down and they see beautiful Upcountry, which a lot of people don't really get a chance to do because they're focused on the beach, and they're such a beautiful part of this island.
Well, it is. I've always felt Haleakala is a power spot and that it is magical. And it truly has a special place in my heart. You know, there's a certain energy up there. There's another part to it, which is people don't realize at 10,000 feet, you're not thinking the same as you are at sea level. There, you know, the altitude does something different to the way you think, you know, so you have to kind of think for them, you know, and let them be aware of some of those things.
Well, right. And, you know, that's one thing. The best thing anyone listening to me can do before you go up Haleakala is make sure you're hydrated.
Absolutely
like
true.
That elevation and then, you know, the prone to motion sickness driving that windy road can take away from the experience you're going to have when you get there. It's going to be cold, it's going to be windy, and there's probably going to be weather at some point. But if you're hydrated, you're best and you're ready. And that's one thing that we tell our guests when they call us to confirm, what should I bring? I'm like, start drinking water now. Lots of warm clothes. Lots of warm clothes. And just kind of go from there.
Well, there's some lovely places that the views up there, when you get a chance to see them, are spectacular. But there's also things you can see even if there is weather. The silver swords are just so beautiful. The nays. There's parts of Haleakala that you can just absorb the colors and the energy, the rust, the purples, the greens of the things. The colors are... And the landscape, my gosh, you know, it's like a moonscape, you know. We have a friend who's been on the air here, Gary Greenberg. Dr. Gary Greenberg has microphotography, and he's taken, with permission, some of the grains, and they look like nothing else. The beautiful grains of sand from Haleakala are very much like, and he's been able to see moon with the help of NASA, what a grain of sand and earth from, it's not earth, it's whatever they call a NASA rock, and it's similar to what you see up on Haleakala.
Well, that's the thing. I'm actually going up to do the Skyline Trail. I do a lot of downhill mountain biking. I'm going up again on Wednesday with some people from Washington State. I just took some people from Colorado off the backside of the mountain, and that is 5 miles of volcanic riding scenery that you're never, ever going to see anywhere else. And we had great weather. You could see.
Well, I hate to do this,
we're done.
We are running out
We're
of
done.
time.
Hey, that's all right. I actually got to get back to work.
People can contact you at...
Right now it's HaleakalaEcotours.com or BikeMaui.com.